Well, good morning, everyone, and may I wish you a very happy Wednesday this morning. And I hope and pray that you're doing well as you get up and get it started this Wednesday, and just praying for God's blessings throughout this day, for God's continuing grace, mercy, and love, and for God's continued faithfulness, which is new every day, Jeremiah tells us in the book of Lamentations. Oak Level, it is church council night tonight, so 6 p.m., be there as we have our church council meeting and lay out the church calendar for the remainder of the year. And, I've said this many times. I'll continue to say it. It cannot always be the same core group of people. It is up to each and every member of the church to administer it, to have some input, to have some buy-in, and to have some say. So come and be with us tonight at 6 p.m. No prayer and Bible study time tonight. We'll of course have our time of prayer. We'll have a time of devotion, and then we'll get right into our church council meeting. So come and be with us tonight at 6 p.m. You remember yesterday I talked to you about the propensity we have as Christians to be ridiculed, and we talked about loving your enemies versus doing with vengeance to your enemies, or to those who would make themselves enemies to you, or those who would ridicule you for your faith and things of that nature. We talked about that, and it's very difficult to do. And you don't have to tell me that. Many people, for a lot of times, whenever I've done pastoral counseling or something, and I've given advice, and people will say, well, that's hard. Yes, it is hard. If it was easy, we wouldn't have needed a Savior. But what Jesus teaches us to do, what He counts on us to do, how we glorify God in our Christian life, may not always be the easiest thing to do. But it's what we have to do because of our relationship with Jesus Christ. And Paul tells us another few things rather, that we're expected to do as glorifying God as part of our Christian walk. And it comes from the book of Romans, chapter number 12 and verse number 12. He says these words: rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation, continuing instant in prayer. Doesn't that go exactly to what we say whenever we talk about the difficulties we face in our Christian walk? Doesn't it go exactly to what we say about, you name it. Perhaps we're waiting on God to answer a prayer, and the temptation is just to get sad, get upset, think that God has forgotten about us. Well, what does Paul tell us right here? Rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation, continuing instant in prayer. Christian, we can rejoice in hope. Why? Because we have hope. No matter what may be going on around us, we have hope in Jesus Christ. Patient in tribulation. Tribulation is going to come. We have to make our peace with that, and we have to be patient in that, and that is very difficult. And then continuing instant in prayer. That means we continue to pray. We continue to be in that constant attitude of prayer that you've heard me talk about before. Constant attitude of prayer. So Christian, this day, whatever you may be facing, whatever you may be up against today, remember this from the Apostle Paul: rejoice in hope, patient in tribulation, continuing instant in prayer. Now, I hope and pray you have a wonderful day in the Lord, a wonderful Wednesday. Be blessed, be encouraged. Oak Level Church Council tonight at 6 p.m. Come and be there so we can run the church as God would have us to do. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Remember to stay cool, stay hydrated, stay safe in all this heat. Love you, folks, and I'll talk to you a little bit later. God bless you.